we want to throw this up in our team page just in case anybody wants to check it out. So basically, Jamie asked me if I could do the call tonight. I didn't really have anything planned. We didn't have anything really pressing to talk about, but I did kind of want to talk about, I feel like everybody, and we say this a bunch, and we've had many times where I feel like we're like busy and we're struggling because, you know, it's Easter and this weekend was busy. I feel like I haven't slowed down since like, I don't even know, Wednesday to like yesterday, last night at like 9 o'clock. I've been going nonstop. So I've been slacking. I've been just kind of, I don't know, I haven't been stressed about it because you can't stress about it. You just have to do what you can do. And I've learned to just balance it. And I've learned to figure that out so that, you know, I'm not on my phone all the time. And, you know, we just had a coach on our team quit. And, you know, one of the things I guess she had said was that she felt like she's on her phone all the time, which I get it. However, you have to figure out a way so that that's not going to, so that's not going to stop you from, you know, reaching a goal, or if this is what you want, or if you want to live healthier. It's kind of like all these objections we get from challengers. It's like there's a million objections that they could give you. There's always something some people have that they can't let go of, or that they let get in the way of a goal or a dream or a whatever that they have. And I think that that's where a lot of times we get discouraged because we allow that in our brain. We allow those thoughts and, okay, I can't do this because of this, or I'm just so busy and I have a lot on my plate right now because and it's true. We all do. We all have a lot on our plate. And there's times where I feel like, you know, wow, I don't know when I'm going to get time to work today because, you know, I work all day and then we've got this tonight, or then I have to make supper and then blah, blah, blah. And we all struggle with that. So it's just got to be no matter what. And I know you guys on the call, you're not, you know, you guys are in this, but I think that that's something you can pass on to your future, you know, customers and future coaches. And sometimes you just can't prevent it. Sometimes you can't prevent a customer delaying their Shakeology or quitting, you know, canceling their coach account. I had 2 brand new coaches cancel their coach accounts last month. They were barely a coach a month, and it's fine. It's just like, it wasn't right for them. It wasn't the time for them. And there's nothing I could do about it. Because honestly, a lot of people will struggle to stay around long enough. I've been in this long enough. I can tell you that, like and you guys know, but I've had a million ups and downs with this, but I know that I wouldn't be where I was if I wouldn't have stuck with this, and I wouldn't have the mindset. I wouldn't have the drive to be better. And I have been so off track lately with my food, and just like, man, it's not like I'm doing well. I feel like I, you know, am having fun, and I don't know, but I'm so off track. And so if I'm off track, then I'm not going to be able to show results. I'm not going to be able to show people what I'm doing and how awesome our programs are, or how awesome, you know, whatever it is. Like, I'm just not going to have the drive to do it because if I'm so off track. So it goes both ways. I mean, if you want to be a good challenger, then, and you want to run a good business, I guess then you know you have to be a good challenger. And you can still run a business without being a good challenger. I'm not saying that, because that's another objection from new coaches or people who think that they can't get into the business because, you know, well, I'm not where I want to be, or I'm not this, or I got to work on me before I can help others. And it's total, in my opinion, BS for the most part, because people just want support. You don't have to be a rock star. You don't have to be a superwoman or whatever. You just simply have to share what you're doing and be excited about it and semi on track. I mean, the more on track you are, I think the more it shines through you. It shines through your story. You're able to say like I'm doing the 3-day refresh right now, and I haven't done the 3-day refresh in, gosh, I don't even know. Probably well over, I'm going to say 7 or 8 to 9 months. I don't even know. Probably more like 10 months, maybe close to a year. I don't know. But when I go to promote it, or when I go to ask people if they want to do it or share about it, no one's going to do it. No one's going to necessarily do it from me unless they know that I did it and that they watched part of my journey and that sort of thing. So that's why it's so important for us to offer people so many different things versus just like simply focusing on Shakeology, because it gets so frustrating when you're trying to get someone started on a challenge pack. And of course, they only want the program, or they only want whatever they want. And you feel like you can't sway their opinion. And that's okay, because you just have to meet them where they are. You have to give them all the tools, give them all the information, and then you support them no matter what. And we all know that. But that's why it's so important, I think, to offer different vehicles like the performance line, and like just simply offering a 3-day refresh. Like if they just simply want to get on track and they need a kickstart and they don't want to invest a lot of money, and it's 3 days, so the commitment's not really that huge because it's 3 days. Anybody could surely get through 3 days. And they're going to see major results. So there you go. There's something you can throw at them, and I've been kind of saying to people, what's your budget? Like after they're kind of like, well, I don't know. I'd have to see about this or that or whatever. I'm like, well, what would you be willing to spend? Like, what would you be willing to invest in your health? And then from then I will help you with the best solution I can find. I'll figure out something that will help you. And so that's kind of been helpful, because they just say like, okay, $100. And I'm like, okay, well, probably $100. I'm going to recommend Beachbody On Demand. That's just probably what I'm going to go with, because they're getting everything. They're not getting supplements. Of course, at that point, I'm going to tell them they can get Shakeology for $60, and it's a great time to get it if they are willing to spend the extra $60. But if they're not and they can't, then I'm happy with just giving them on demand and getting them started in my group and having them see exposure from all the supplements that we're using. So that's why the boost groups, that's why all these things are so nice, because we can run a 3-day refresh group, which we were supposed to start today, but I don't think we had very many people doing it, which is totally fine. Because you're just going to have that. We're going to have times where we're going to plan a group, but it just doesn't always work out. So make sure you're like giving them every, I guess just every vehicle you could possibly to just help them. Like if they're, if they're focused on their diet and that's what they're struggling with, but they're not into the workouts, then focus on the diet part and think about ways that you could help them in that aspect and so on. And I know you guys know this, but I do just, I used to focus so much on Shakeology and challenge packs, and now it's just so nice because I can reach people with Daily Sunshine, and I can reach people with a boost maybe because they're not willing to invest very much money. So I can offer these different products that they have so many. And now the bars are coming out on the 7th. So I'm super excited about that, because I'm hoping that Super Saturday we might be able to even get to have one or taste one, but just because I could kind of see them cutting them up, like letting us sample one, but I might be totally wrong. That would be the really cool thing to do. So I'm excited about those bars, because I don't know, it's neat when you can get kind of like, I was talking to one of my friends who does doTERRA, and I get so much doTERRA stuff, and she's like, I was like, oh, I just order so much. Like we use the hand soap, and have been using the shampoo, and I love a face scrub, and there's so many different options, and the oils, of course, I love, and just all these things. And she's like, yeah, you can basically get everything you need for your household to clean with, to, ingest, to help with different things, and on and on. And, I think I love that Beachbody's kind of, I feel like going with that direction as far as just giving so many, so many things that to offer to help people. And I kind of really do hope that the one thing I think they're lacking is a probiotic, but that's a whole nother story. I just think that someday, hopefully, I know we have probiotics in our shake, and even in the Vanilla Fresh, which I freaking love the Vanilla Fresh in the 3-day refresh, by the way. I don't know why, but I do. And anyways, I was looking on the back of that, and there's probiotics in that too. So thought that was kind of interesting. So anyways, I just think you guys have to you know, like you're all jumping on the call, and I'm so excited because it was sort of a last minute thing. And you know, Danielle messaged me yesterday and she's like, hey, is the 3-day refresh group going? And I'm like, well, yeah, we were supposed to run one, but there's no group set up. And so she's like, that's okay. She had one person doing it. And I was like, I'm sorry. I feel like I've been slacking. But the bottom line is that we all have so many things going on, and we're all in the same boat, essentially, as far as trying to stay on track with our own stuff, and then trying to help others and trying to run this business and make time for it. And so just know that you're not alone, and know that that's okay. And that's the reason we love this, and that's the reason we can do it, is because it's flexible and we can set our own schedule and we can figure it out. And if something's not working and our business isn't moving forward, then we know we need to do something different, and we know the areas that we need to work in. And as long as you know that and you're working towards it, I feel like that's huge. And so for me, I know, like, I've just totally been slacking on invites. I've been keeping up with my posts, and I've been keeping up with sharing, but I'm slacking in some areas that I'm going to work on this week. So no matter where you are in this, whether you're new or you're seasoned and you just want to, you know, reach a goal that you've maybe been wanting to do, then, you know, just don't be afraid to just know in your mind that, for one, you can do it, and for two, it's okay where you are right now. You can get past it, you can push through, and, you know, like I said in the video, you're stronger than any of those discouraging thoughts in your mind. I don't really have too much else that I wanted to really go over. I know Super Saturday, I think everybody, Tammy, are you going? Remind me, I can't remember. Yes, you're going, right?
I cannot go. I have no one to watch my kids, and my husband's on 710s.
Okay. I couldn't remember.
I wanted to go, but Braxton has a Cub Scout thing that day too, so.
Oh, shoot.
You'll have to just take the notes.
Yes, we will. We'll talk on the call about that. So I think everybody, except Lynn, of course, because she's in another state, dang it, is going, that's on this call. And then I think, of course, Jamie and who am I forgetting? Oh, Jennifer Schaefer, one of Jessica's customers, is actually a potential. She's been in our challenge group for a long time, and she's actually going with us. So I'm super excited about that. So anyways, we'll kind of talk about details for that. I'm thinking, I'm not quite sure what we're going to do, if we can all fit in one vehicle, which I think there's 7 of us going. If that's the case, we might take Jessica's van if her van is available, and she doesn't know yet, so she's going to let me know about that. Otherwise, we might possibly have to take.
Yeah, I think it'll be fine, Tabs. I think it'll be fine. I will just make sure that my parents are around in case Mike needs, you know, to go somewhere further. But if we can all fit in my van, that would be awesome.
Yeah, that would be super handy if it works out for you guys.
Sorry, I'm super late jumping on the call. My phone was dead, and I'm like, oh my gosh, it's 10 after 8. Not even on the call.
No, you're fine. But I'm excited about Super Saturday because I think it's going to be a really, really good one. I think it's going to be really worth the trip for us. And anytime we do like a team thing where we're all together and we just like hear stories and we see, it's just amazing. And for those of you who haven't been to a live event yet, it's just, they're like my favorite things because they really do. You'll just see so many different people there. You'll take in so much information, and it's not necessarily like training information. I mean, you'll take in some of that. There'll definitely be a lot of that, but it's more like kicking the ass, like light your fire, get you motivated to, you know, do amazing things kind of thing. So that's why I love it, because we all need that boost. I don't care how hard you're running, how, you know, fast you're going with this or with life or with your fitness or whatever it is, you still need like that boost. We all just need that motivation and confidence to keep going and know that you're no different than anybody else in the room, and there's no reason why, you know, if you want this or you want to do this, you can't do it, or that you won't be able to do it. So really that's it. One more little thought. I think it's super important, and like I said, I've been sharing my story, so I'm trying to work on my Instagram, and I still didn't do what I said I was going to do and watch those damn Instagram training videos.
I'm not sure what you went over at the beginning of the call or not, so stop me if you covered this. Okay, sorry. Can you guys hear me?
Yeah.
Yeah, I got a call. My mom, she probably might try to call me right back. So one thing that's been really helpful for me these last couple of months is, and I shared a video about this, but I just told myself I've got to do at least one invite a day. And sometimes you feel like, oh man, who am I going to talk to? Who am I going to reach out to? And I just found that as I'm super consistent sharing my story and sharing fitness posts, I simply reach out and thank the people that like my posts or comment on my posts. And I just, reach out and say, thank you so much. That means so much to me, because for me, it really helps that people are cheering me on. So that's just kind of what I tell them. And then I just kind of say, hey, I'm not sure if you're doing anything for fitness right now, but I would love to have you in the group. Would you be interested in some more info? And I just say fitness challenge group or whatever wording you want to use. Super short, super simple invite. And it starts a lot of conversations, and then you can kind of find out what it is that you can do to help people, or what it is that their goals are, or whatever it may be. So you may have mentioned something like that at the beginning of the call, and I missed it because I apparently can't keep my phone charged or tell time. But I think that that's just helped me a ton these last couple of months. And then this last transformation picture that I shared, like literally within minutes, I had somebody messaging me, okay, I'm ready. I know we've talked about this before, but I'm ready. And she's in our group now, and she's doing really well and being like consistent for the first time in a really long time. So you just never know who you're going to help by sharing your journey and sharing those posts that show people that, we're the ones to come to if you need a little help and encouragement. So I hope that helps you guys a little bit too, because I know it's been super, super helpful for me in my business. So anyway, sorry.
No, it's fine. Yeah, and it's so true. It's like, even like today, my post that I put up today, it's like, I didn't know I hadn't really been I hadn't put up a fitness post really recently in the last, like, I don't even know, maybe like, I mean, I say like, to me, like a week's a really long time for not putting up a fitness post, and it might have been like 4 days, but either way, so I put up a post like, I don't have a transformation picture right now. I don't have something great. I'm not like ripped. I don't, I'm not feeling, I mean, I feel fine, but it's not like I feel like, and that's what drags us down, is that stuff in our mind of us thinking that we aren't enough, or we don't have what we need to like not shock people, but like we don't have the shock factor because we just don't feel like we're doing anything great, or we haven't had major changes. And so I put that picture up today because I just felt like, and it just kind of came out. I just started writing it. I spoke about what I was feeling and how I felt in the past and different things. And one thing leads to another, and you just sometimes end up with like a really decent post that you didn't even really know necessarily which direction you were going to go until you just went for it. And so those kinds of things, like, make sure you're doing those. I recommend doing those. Because if you can't send invites that day, or you don't want to muster up the energy to figure out who to invite, because that's a challenge sometimes, then do those posts like Jessica said, and make sure, and it doesn't have to be a transformation post. It could be a picture of you. I don't care what it is. It could be a selfie. It could be you standing there. It can be you like throwing up your peace sign. I don't care. But whatever is the message is what is important. They're not necessarily always going to care about the picture. It's what you're saying behind the person that you're posting about, and that's you. And that thing I posted on my Instagram a while ago from Cody Jefferson, that wasn't my quote, that was Cody Jefferson's, about, if you don't speak out about your story, if you don't tell your story, you're giving somebody else the pen to do it. And that's probably the best thing that's probably my favorite thing that I heard at Coach Camp this year, because people just like, they're not that it matters what people think, but if you want people to know the real you, and you want people to know like why you're doing what you're doing and what train you're on and where you're going with it, then you write it, you share it, you tell it like it is, because they're going to listen to you because it's you. Instead of just allowing, you know, sometimes it's easy for us to think, well, they probably think this or blah, blah, blah. And so anyways, all those things just get in our head, and then it prevents us from posting and sharing because you already like think that people don't want to hear it, or you don't have a story to share. And I think we mentioned that on the call like last week or the week before. You know, it took me a long time to realize, like, because I didn't feel like I had a story. I just kind of felt like I was sharing my fitness, and, you know, nothing had ever really happened to me like majorly traumatizing that I felt like I needed to share about it, or that I felt like I needed to, I don't know. And it's just so not true. It's like there's so many things that you can share. It might not have been a bad, huge, tragic event, but we all have a lot to share. And just you, by doing those little posts and by branching out and doing the stuff that you're like, oh, I don't know if this is going to get good feedback, or I wonder what people will think of this. Well, guess what? They're probably, if you're putting a positive spin on it and you're sharing the vulnerable you, I can guarantee you people are going to cheer you on. Because the posts that I throw up that are the most vulnerable, that are the ones that I really kind of put it out there, those are the ones that, to me, and it's not about the likes on Facebook, it's not, but those are the ones that I feel like get the most feedback, because people like to see you not being you know, always, not that they don't want to see you happy, because they do, but they just want to see that they're not alone, and that they're, you know, doing they suck too, or whatever, like they don't have their shit together. They just want to see that, and that just helps them know that, like, it's okay to not have it all together, and to be a mess, or to be off track, or to be trying to jump on. And like, I feel like my posts lately, it's like I'm constantly saying, oh, I need to jump back in, or okay, I'm back on, okay, day one, all right, back at it again, blah blah blah, because haven't been consistent. But don't you think that that's pretty normal for like a lot of people? Don't you think that that's kind of the name of the game? Stuff comes in our way and just totally wipes us out, and, you know, stops us, and we have to restart and whatever. And that's just the way it is. So if you make that known, that that's okay, and that that's, you know, part of it, and you know, you just jump back in, and you know, get back on the wagon, or whatever, however you want to word it. And you can do so many of those posts. You can do the same post basically with doing something different, if that makes sense. Like, you're essentially, like with your Instagram, for example, you're supposed to be picking 6 topics that describe you. So you're retelling your story over and over and over again, just with different pictures and a little bit different verbiage or words, but you're describing you over and over and over again. It's not brand new stuff. Like, I used to think I needed something new to share about. I needed to come up with brand new stuff that I hadn't posted before, because people would, I don't know. But that's not the case. You're just you. You're just sharing your everyday life and doing what you do. And it's okay if you've already shared about that topic, or you've already shared about that idea that you had, or the whatever your goals or whatever it was, but you're just gonna do it a little different this time, and you're just gonna retell it in a different form, in a different picture. So for me, I don't really know that I love like food presentation. I love healthy food presentation. So that's on my Instagram. I always like to post pictures of my food. I just think it looks pretty, and I love color and all that sort of thing. So that's number one. That's one of the things on my Instagram. And then, of course, fitness. And of course, I'm a mom and I'm a coach. So there's 4 things. I love coffee. So coffee's on there. There's 5. And then I kind of like throw up some extra, I don't know, just different stuff. Like maybe, I don't know, attire, maybe fitness attire / quotes that I like, that stand out to me / you know, whatever. So kind of keep that in mind. Like, what describes you, and what do you want people to see when they come to your Instagram? What do you want people to see when they come to your Facebook profile? Or you send them a friend request, because you're going to add to your network. You're sending them a friend request. Well, what are they going to see? Your last 5 pictures are just you and your kids. No, I mean, no, that's great. That's your life. But they might not, they're probably going to accept you. But I'm just saying, like, are they going to look at you as somebody who they can go to for fitness, or somebody they can go to for inspiration? So, you know, just keep a good variety, and just keep digging and trying to put yourself out there. And it's hard, but I promise you, you guys you'll get better at it as you go. And I still have trouble, but like I said, today, that post, I just threw it up. I'm like, I need to do something. And it just sort of just happened. And those are the best ones where you just don't plan it and you just write from your heart. And I like to write, and I like to, I don't know, it's fun to me. And I like to share stuff that's on my heart or on my mind, because I think it feels good. And like I said, I think for me, that's what I love. I love impacting people, like with my posts and with my thoughts and feelings. And so I try to do that because I do feel like it hits people, and I do feel like people naturally are excited, or they they can relate, so they comment, and then I feel like there I can connect with people that way, because they, obviously relate to me or whatever. So kind of think about that as you guys are posting, as you're sharing, because if you can't do invites that day, or you can't do invites for a couple days, you're just going to be busy. Don't stop sharing. Don't stop. If you're away from home and you're doing a workout and you're putting in the work, then you should be sharing about it. Or if you're, whatever it is, you just should still be sharing about it, because when you go back to do your invites 3 days later, you're going to have people that you can reach out to because they liked your stuff and they commented, or they whatever, because you never stop sharing. So no matter how tough the business gets or how you feel like you just don't have the time, I think just continuously sharing is so important, because you're going to gain followers, like, for example, on Instagram, that might eventually, be a part of your group or a part of your whatever. And so never kind of underestimate what you can do with your story, because it's huge. And as you go and build your brand, you'll figure out ways to really put it out there and just not care and be unapologetically you. Like, that's my new thing. I think it's just like, I don't know what it is or what's happened to me, I guess I should say. Because of course I second guess, like I said today, I was like, oh, what can I post? Because I don't have a transformation. Because you can look at all these people on Instagram, and Instagram's the worst for comparing yourself, because there's so many amazing, like, fitness people on Instagram who, like, maybe whatever, they just are ripped and they look awesome. And you're thinking, what in the hell are you doing? What kind of lifestyle are you living? Because I don't look like that, or whatever the case is. And so then you get in your own head and you think that your pictures aren't enough, and it's just so not true. And I just wish that I could take that away from all of us, because the people that we're friends with like us because we're us. And there's a reason that they like your stuff. And there's a reason that they comment on your stuff. It's not always perfect and magic and muscles and bulk and, all these things that we see on Instagram that make you feel like you're not enough. And so I think that for some reason, and I don't know why, like I was saying, I just have an attitude of, like, I just throw my stuff up and I just do it. I go for it. I don't care. I'm just going to be me, because I'm tired of I'm tired of overthinking it and worrying about what it is that people think, because who cares? At the end of the day, does any of it matter? No, like, none of it matters at all. And so the most important thing is that you guys, that we're happy individuals, and that we're supporting each other, and that you're just going to gain so much support from other people that you're friends with. It's insane how many people cheer you on, and you guys already know that. But those are your people. Your people are the ones that are cheering you on, and they're the ones that, never stop, like, basically supporting you no matter where they are in their journey. And that's huge. So that's really all I had for tonight. Do you guys have anything you want to say, or any questions that you want to ask, or anything you're stuck on, or anything I can help you with? Because I'm always here. I just sometimes need to know what it is that you guys are struggling with, or if you are struggling.
I have something of a different note, Tabitha, just real quick, because I'm going to have to hop off here. I am going to be doing another round 80-day obsession immediately following this one. Yeah. So I will be starting April 16th if anybody has new customers they want to throw in a group.
Cool.
Because I know Jamie talked about separating out. She has some people that just started, and so separating them out. So I will be starting the round. I lost all my before pictures, everything off my phone. So as a word of caution to everyone, if you have like Shutterfly or Snapfish or the cloud or whatever, back up those pictures.
Yeah.
Because I can't submit my pictures now because I've lost my free picture.
Oh no, it doesn't mine automatically updates all my photos like every night.
So
Oh.
did you send that before picture?
Could you use like an old before picture? Like look on Facebook and use an old one, Tammy?
Crap.
Well, because it says before the program, so I'm going to, I have where I had put a progress and I got it. So I'm going to see if I can pull those isolate back out and do my best, but I have no idea why it erased it. It kept some letters, but basically everything that was on my actual camera is gone. And the pictures and stuff too. So I thought it was backed up, but anyways, just a word of caution. But I do have old progress pictures that I still occasionally go back to, like old progress way before I started Beachbody at all. And so with that, but I am with you guys. I've been struggling a lot. I feel like I need to spend a lot of time with my kids, especially since my husband's 7'10". So, you know, it's hard for me, and this is a hard time of year for me with school.
Yeah.
One thing I started doing this last month that's really, I keep saying this, but I just really have found a couple things that help.
Jessica? I wondered if she got another phone call, but I guess not. Okay, Carly.
Just thinking.
Yeah. What, Olivia? What were you saying?
I was just thinking she probably got another phone call.
I know, I wondered too, but she's like gone. She was kind of cutting out though, so I wonder if her internet's acting up. Okay, Carlita says if you have Amazon Prime, you can get Prime Photo Storage Unlimited. Yes, I need to do that. I have Amazon Prime. I need to do that. I'm bad about my pictures because it's like I don't see how you organize all these pictures anymore. As many as we take, like it's ridiculous. Like you used to not waste pictures because you know you had to buy film, so you didn't waste them. Like back in the day, remember? Like you took pictures and it was like, and then
Yeah.
you know, it's just like, oh my gosh, you can't even keep track of them. Okay, did anybody else? Oh, Carly says I have the app on my phone. Cool, I need to do that. I have that free print app, but I've never used it before. The one where you get like 1,000 free prints a year or something. I don't know. Olivia, did you have anything? I know you're busy. I know you have a lot going on right now, and we just talked the other day. But did you have anything that you're like at all that is on your mind or you're thinking about?
Yeah, I mean, it's kind of just the same what we talked about. Like I'm trying really hard. Like my diet's the worst thing right now, like I said. Like I just can't because I'm not really eating at home, and like Sean's pretty good about cooking, but that's been my big thing is just my diet.
Yes.
Well, so
I know it is.
But I've been good. Like I've been talking, like I said, my coworkers and like my cousin and some of my best friends have kind of been asking questions. So I've been talking to people. It's just like a matter of like kicking myself into gear and getting my diet worked out, especially because Little Caesar snagged me in with free pizza today. So I was like, this is a bad choice. They gave away free pizza to everyone today. Did you hear about that?
No.
They like made a tweet at the beginning of March Madness that if this certain team beat another team, they'd give everyone free pizza at lunchtime.
Funny.
And then that team ended up beating that team, so they had free lunch from like 11 to 1:30 today.
Well, you can't hardly.
So I'm like,
you know.
Yeah, I'm like broke, need pizza. So anyway, but yeah, so that's been my main thing.
Yes. And I think the 3-day refresh too, like I was just telling someone earlier today, like if you would consider doing the 3-day refresh, have you done it before?
I haven't.
Like I swear it sucks because it is limited, but like it mentally just gets you in the mindset because you don't want to screw up. It's only 3 days and you're eating like fruits and vegetables, but you're getting like healthy fats and protein in your Shakeology. I don't know. It's just, and then it gets you.
And yeah, like that's almost what I think I need because I'm in this place now where like everything is just so like, you know, because I'm moving and like everything. So it's just like it's so hard to eat healthy, and I feel like I just need to hit a restart button and be like, okay,
and
no more of this. Like,
yes, because then when you come off of that, the 21-day fixed meal plan is always just like amazing. I'm like, oh my gosh,
it's a breeze. Yeah.
Yeah, I can have like turkey burger and like you're just hungry. Like,
What a treat.
yeah. I made
Like,
tacos for my family tonight, and I'm like, I didn't eat. I love tacos. They're like my most favorite thing in the whole world, and I couldn't eat them, and I just sat there and made them tacos with sour cream and like pico and like cheese and
just drooling.
Yeah. This is crap. But anyways.
Okay, sorry, my phone died again.
I figure once I get moved, everything will be a lot easier. So hopefully once I do that, it'll be good.
It will. One thing at a time, and when you get settled, you'll feel like back to normalcy.
Yeah, that's what I had to run a bunch of stuff over there today. So I was like, I'm going to drive and get on this call.
I'm glad you did. I'm so glad you did.
Yeah.
Jess, were you starting to say something?
Oh, I was just saying working in those power pockets has made a huge difference because I felt like I was like, okay, I'm on my phone a lot and I feel like I'm not like spending as much time as I want to with my kids because I wasn't prioritizing my time right. So I think it's just like those power pockets, like maybe we could boost that post that you made again, Tabitha, in our team page.
Yeah.
Because those power pockets are amazing. And I feel like I can just get little things done at a time. And then like, even if I just get one invite out, looking at my last fitness post and sending that one thank you invite out, I feel completely like empowered, like, okay, good. And then at the end of the day, I'll go through and clear out my inbox, or maybe I won't, maybe it'll be the next day and that's okay too. So don't feel like you have to, like you run your business. You don't have to let your business run you. Like for me, that took a lot of time for me to figure out how to do that. So you guys kind of have a cheat sheet with the power pockets. And I'll voice message Tammy about that too, because did she have to jump off?
Yeah.
Or is she still on? Okay. Because that just empowered me to like have more time with my family, but still like prioritize what I needed to get done in my business. And there are days where I sit down and take time and I do sit at the computer for longer. But basically I work from my phone only now, which is kind of nice, unless I need to like, certain things we have to do from our computer, of course. But that has really helped me. So you guys don't feel like you have to like spend hours and hours and hours. It's not like that. It's you have to be like focused and prioritize your time and just get it done. And then you can move on. Like just move on with your day and don't feel bad about checking every little like I still keep my notifications on my messenger, but honestly, like that's the thing that I had to let go of is like immediately getting back to people on messenger. Like you don't have to do that. You can reply as long as you're replying within, I'd say, a day, then you're all right, So.
Yeah, and I've built my whole business on power pockets. Like there's times where I maybe can sit down for like an hour and really shoot out some solid invites, but it's like never happens. And so unless you're home all the time or you are doing this full time and this is your full time like gig, I just don't really think that's going to be the norm. Like that's going to be very, if you are home, like Lindsay Gray, like I just talked to her today and she's like, and she's home. She does this full time. She quit her job to do this and she makes a very good income, but she has a baby that's not sleeping. And she's like, I literally can't work. Like I cannot work. Like he's fussy, he's this, he's that, whatever. And so, it doesn't matter. Like it doesn't matter how much time you have, you still just have to work in pockets, really, I think.
And there are some coaches that think about it. There are some top coaches that do this full time and have somebody come to the house and watch their kids. Mm-hmm. Or they have a sitter. Like I don't have that. I don't have if my kids, there's like a couple of people who watch my kids when I go to the hospital maybe. But, so think about that. Even if you are, I don't know what everyone's situation is, but even if you are a stay-at-home mom, 90% of the time I am a stay-at-home mom, but that doesn't mean like I'm busier here than I am at work. Like I have more time at work sometimes to check depending on the day to check in on things. So think of it that way. Like you have, a family, or you all have different responsibilities. So really take advantage of, just working 10 or 15 minutes at a time, and let that move your business forward. Don't feel like you have to, sit down and spend hours at your computer. So, and the thing is that right now we're running all our groups together. So you guys, we literally have, you don't have to worry. If you get new customers, you put them in our big group. If you need help with something and you're not sure, hey, I want to do this, but I'm not sure how, that's what this group is for. And that's why it's so amazing, because the guesswork should be completely gone. Even if you need help with invite scripts, we have those as well. You always want to make it personal, of course, but I mean, just to help, that helps me a ton, is kind of saying the same thing and then putting in what I like about that person in the invite and making it really real, of course. But we just have so many resources at our fingertips that, you guys shouldn't have to be reinventing the wheel either. So hopefully that helps too. Because sometimes I find myself doing that and I'm like, why are you doing that? There's no reason. You have everything you need.
Yeah.
So sorry.
No, you're fine.
They're in the tub. Right now my kids are in the tub. So I'm like, okay, probably better make sure they're not slopping water all over the place.
I won't keep you guys anymore. Hopefully that helped you guys. And it's Monday, so it's like a fresh week, and I feel sort of motivated and, in my fitness goals, and of course, and then just with my business this week, because I did kind of take a little break there for a week. So use today as, well, not necessarily today because it's almost over, but use, but if you when we get off of here, send a couple invites if you can, really quick, and then go on about your day. And then you're just like, wow, okay, I did it. I sent 2 invites. It was super easy. And then they're most likely they're going to respond. And if they don't, it's okay. It's not the right time, or they're busy, or they read it and forgot to respond, or whatever the case is. And you'll just follow up with them later, another time. And then tomorrow, same thing, challenge yourself, send 2 invites. If you're not sharing about the business, you won't grow your business. I mean, it's just as simple as that.
And it doesn't have to be like, oh my gosh, do you want to drink Shakeology and work out every day and do blah? It can just be like, hey, I run a fitness challenge group, or I have a fitness challenge group. I would love to have your positive energy, or I would love to have your kind spirit, whatever you like about that person. And then just say, would you like more info? Because then that opens the door. Yeah. And then you can send that next message that says, okay, this is what our group is about, and share, don't feel like you have to blast people with a super long invite. You can just say hey, I would love to have you in the group. Would you like more info? And then I leave it at that. And that's really been something that's helped me, because then I feel like I'm letting them know, yeah, I've got a lot more to share with you, but hey, I'm just checking in. How are you? I love those family pictures. What's new? You gotta, just lead with your heart, just whatever is on your heart too is gonna make them realize that you want to help them, and you're not trying to sell them something. You just want to help. What could I offer you that could help? How can I serve you? I really liked how, I can't think of her name right now, that presented 2 weeks ago.
Yeah, Michelle.
I really like that. Yes, I really liked how she said that. This is about service to other people. That's why we have any job, right? I mean, so I think that is a good way to think about it. Sorry, I feel like I'm interrupting you, Tabitha.
No, you're fine. I just start thinking about stuff, and then I start blabbing, and then. But no, so just challenge yourself this week to do a couple new things that you haven't done for your business, whether it's a post that is kind of little bit what's the word, challenging for you, not challenging, but
outside of your comfort zone.
Yeah,
maybe?
outside of your comfort zone. You're fearful to do it, but those ones where you're fearful to do, I swear they're the ones that make you realize, okay, people like me. It's okay. I can be me. I can share. And because they do, they're gonna do nothing but support you unless they have their own insecurities or they have their own issues and they're pissed at the world. That's the only reason why they're not gonna like you or support you, because we're sharing just positivity and inspiration. That's really what we're doing. So there's no reason why people wouldn't like that. So anyways, reach out if you guys have any questions for anything. I'm going to post the recording of this so that we can, in case anybody missed it. So, and I'm excited about Super Saturday because it's like whatever, 6 days away. So we'll get the details. I'll get with you guys on that. We'll get the details, and it's going to be fun. So I'm super excited. So have a good night and have a good week, you guys, and we'll talk to you soon.
Okay. Bye, guys.
See ya. Thanks for getting on.